What are you doing? What are you doing, Hugo? 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 I love you. I love you. What is going into you today, man? Look at you, man. You're going crazy. You have ADHD, bro. I swear. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I gotta get this video done, mate. Stop. Ow. Oh, fuck you then. Ah, my balls. Well, that's it. Get the fuck up. See you later, mate. Ciao, guys. How you doing? Welcome back to our video. You know, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Obviously, I'm gonna talk to you guys one-to-one and like actually talk to you guys, sit down and talk to you guys, because I don't think I ever do that really. I'm just always like full-blown action, this, that, police, security, boom, climbing, everything, backflips, full, you know, everything, just constant action. So I thought like maybe sometimes during the week I'd sit down and just talk to you guys for real. This video today, obviously you can see by the title, is basically like how I did all my stunts, why I did it, and what led me to do it, and what led me to carry on, and what led me to stop. When I was younger, obviously, I say about 3 years ago, I was working this job. I was like a gym instructor, and I was like showing kids how to like become gymnasts, teaching a little bit of parkour on and off as well. But yeah, I was teaching kids doing that, and then obviously I found this kind of like crazy thing that was going online and was kind of like trending, if I may say, like train surfing. And I met these guys that did it. They knew lots about it. They knew exactly what they were doing. So I was basically in safe hands when I was doing it first time off. I wasn't an idiot. I wasn't a young teenager, stupid idiot jumping on fucking trains. Doesn't know what he's doing. I had someone with me that knew exactly what they were doing, and we spoke about it and planned it for about hours on end, trying to think, how are we going to do this train surf? How is this going to get it done? Blah, blah, blah. So in my head, I found this new, sick, crazy, adrenaline addiction little hobby thing that I had basically on the side. My group of my friends obviously got involved as well, and we all started doing it, and it was insane. When I remember the first one was obviously in Paris. You guys saw that. That was the first ever video, train surfing in Paris, that blew me up, that got me out there on the internet and got me making more videos. And obviously at that time, it was a craze for me in the group and for many other people around the world that like doing that sort of stuff. Yeah, we were doing that. We weren't really like no young hooligans like doing crazy shit, as all the media like to put it out as. It's none of that. We knew exactly what we were doing, and it was great. One of my friends, Nye Newman, you guys may know him. He was a crazy, high-spirited parkour athlete. One of the best guys I knew, honestly. And that's not because he's dead. I'm genuinely serious. This guy changed my life. And I'd probably do another video on that as well. And yeah, he was getting a video outside the carriage, obviously, and sadly he got hit on the side and he obviously lost his life. He passed away. And as that happened during my train surfing thing, I was shocked. Obviously I was in a lot of pain. I didn't know what to do with it. All of this traumatic experience, this pain, all of it, this emotion. I was a young kid, didn't know what to do with it, and felt like I was basically lost. I was obviously angry. All sorts of emotions were running through my body. And at this point, all I could look at in this dark little room is that tiny little bit of light that made me feel alive, like, again. And I obviously had that before this, because I've been doing train surfing and it made me feel like alive. You know, that adrenaline addiction, I have that. Gave up my job right there and then. I just left. I didn't even say no warning. I was basically a prick. I just left the job straight away and I flew over to Thailand. And at that point, I had £500 to my name, and that £400 went onto the flight. So I had £100, 1 month, 30 days in Thailand, on my own basically. I met a friend out there, Ali. Here I was, by myself, trying to fix this damage, trying to, you know, push forward. At this point, I wasn't in complete sadness. I wasn't depressed. I was just not even. It's like I didn't even realize it happened. Like my mind hasn't fully accepted that I lost my friend there and then. And at that point, I was doing all sorts of things that I thought at that time was good and fun and, you know, fed my adrenaline addiction. I'm doing these things because I like them. But now that I've grown older and I've realised and I look back on it, because I'm not going to lie, I was a reckless person. Like, I have done reckless stuff. And I look back and I was like, oh, so these are the reasons why I did those sort of things. Why I did this, why I did that. And I didn't know. My brain was numb to it. It just did what it wanted to do to get out of that sort of like situation. It didn't want to accept it. And that's something for me that I struggled as a young person. And if anyone out there has been through the same thing or is going through the same thing, I would really take this sort of advice, because I never thought I would ever clock my own sort of energy back then and what my motives were back then and why I was doing it. But those are reasons, because obviously I had a traumatic experience, like being brought up. I wasn't the best kid brought up. I wasn't, I'm not this fancy home, mum, dad together, blah, blah, blah. I was nothing like that. I was basically brought up in the ghetto, as all man say, brought up in the ghetto. I didn't have much. I never really did. I grew up, not really having much, getting scrimp and scrapes with my mum. My mum would struggle so much just to get me and my bro something when we were younger. And it'd be a struggle for me, and I've gone through so much through my mum and dad and stuff, and seeing like how bad things can be. Then growing up to lose all this sort of stuff and go through another like traumatic experience, it was just such a toll on me. And the fact that I've grown older now and I've looked back on where I went wrong and why I did those sort of things helps me so much to this day. So I know if anything goes down, or when I'm feeling down, or this happens and I don't like it, I know how to do it. I know how to push forward in the right way, go down that right path. I know exactly where to go, and I'm very grateful for myself for realizing this, which any of you guys can. It's not impossible. When you feel like when you feel like it's the end, or there's just no more hope for you and you feel like there's nothing, hold on to that last little bit of string. Hold on to that and prove yourself every day. Change everything about you. If nothing's changing, you change it, okay? If you don't feel right in this sort of situation, if your life seems like a repeat or like Groundhog Day for 24/7 for about a couple months, then you need to change something. You need to really try and put something new into your life. Spice it up a little bit. Don't go too wild. Make sure you know what you're doing at the same time. Research some stuff before you do stuff, and kind of listen to yourself. Because if you don't listen to yourself and you ignore those instincts, those signs, the messages you get from in your head, because guess what, everyone has a voice in their head, and they choose to ignore it or you follow it. I believe if you learn to know who you are, take the time for yourself and understand who you truly are, and listen to yourself, you will go down the right way. And that is just like how you should do it. That's the way I've done it. That's how I've visioned it, and that's how I've accomplished it. And I'm still doing it now. And we always learn. We never stop learning. That's something you'll hear from your elders, is that you never stop learning. And going back to the train surfing topic, I did do more train surfing, and it wasn't the train surfing that was the problem, because I knew what I was doing. I had the years of experience, the skills behind everything to know what I'm doing and where I'm going and where to put myself and blah blah blah, etc. The problem is how bait I was being and how stupid I was being by just constantly doing it. Like, yep, we can see that and we can go and do that and then film it and then send it off to these people. Because I got in trouble with the police quite a lot. So did my friends. We ended up just back square one. I'm not saying I didn't regret the train jump. I'm not saying I regret doing it. It's how we did it and how reckless we were, thinking that we would get away with it. In that matter of respect, we were very, very stupid and silly, but not the actual act, because in my opinion, I know what I'm doing with my body. It's the same as any other stunt. In a movie, you could lose your life. It's just everything in life is just a risk, okay? And that's whether you can take that amount of risk for yourself where you feel comfortable, then that's fair enough. You do what you want with your body, you do what you want with your life. Simple as that. Like, no one should ever tell you how to live it. You should live it exactly how you want to live it. Simple as that. Ignore absolutely everyone. Listen to yourself. Take advice, but don't let them change who you are. Simple. And obviously having a lot of people and older people and even close people to me saying, what are you doing, Ricky? What, are you so stupid? Like, blah, blah, blah. Why are you doing all this stuff? You're crazy, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't understand how my thought process was and how I felt about it and how safe I felt. And how, just because it's not I don't know, signed by Red Bull, it's not been arranged by like a massive company for like a stunt for their commercial or movie, everyone will happily easily look at it in a negative light, which is understandable because that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, how society works. All of these things that have made me felt out of place, have made me felt destructive, made me hate myself, made me all this, because I have gone through that. I'm not some perfect human, bro, that's just doing shit like laughing in the camera constantly. We go through this as humans, we all go through this. Without those things, I wouldn't be able to be here today. So all of this traumatic, all this experiences, emotional mess, and all of this that's happened in the past has made me who I am today, and I couldn't be any more grateful for it. Things that don't go your way, things that leave your presence, things that just go. They were the greatest memories you had, and you no longer can have them or create them anymore. You should be thankful for what that object, that person, that experience gave you. You should always be thankful for that, because that's who you are today. That's what makes you who you are today, those memories. And you should always be thankful. Never be too angry, never be ungrateful, never be like, oh my days, screw this, what's the point anymore? No, just be thankful for what you've gone through your entire life. Just be thankful that they were there. Be thankful that this happened, because it's all meant to happen. And the more you realize and accept that, the more happy you can be within yourself. And yeah, so I'm going deep with this, guys, but this is something I've been holding in for a long time. It just feels good. It's like getting something off my chest, but hopefully this helps you guys as well back at home when you're chilling and watching this sort of stuff. The sort of terror I've gone through, I hope you guys can relate and use this to kind of change your life around and know what you're doing, not just do something and then think about the consequences after. Because me, me, bro, I do things constantly and then deal with the consequences after. And some of those consequences were too big to let slide. And I couldn't deal with that anymore, so I changed it around. You've just got to know what you're doing. Have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, know what you want to do, know where you want to go. And that's the most attractive person you can be, is you. Simple as that, guys. And yeah, I just hope this helps you guys out a little bit. I hope that makes you guys understand me a little bit more. And I'll be doing more talks as well on things, and where on things I should start talking about. And yeah, I'll just have a sit down talk with you guys now and then and see what's good, see how you guys are doing. But thanks for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be jumping on more videos, a lot of parkour, a lot of adventuring, going to different places and possibly camping in the weirdest areas. Just having fun with all the friends that I have within my life right now. And just enjoying life, which is the best thing you can do right now. Including lockdown. Like, lockdown's been crazy, but you can still use everything within your reach, within your grasp as a positive. You can still turn it around. I know it gets hard, but I know you can still turn this sort of stuff around. You can use anything. Use it to your advantage. And with this lockdown stuff, I've found more of myself than I ever did in the last couple of years. It calmed me down. And not every day you have to be 100% on point, constantly rushing for this next best thing. Sit down and unwind for a bit. Don't keep thinking you're failing just because you're having a chill day. You're having a couple chill days just to rest and think about where you're going, where's your next steps. It is okay. Do not worry and do not stress. There's no point in it. Just know within yourself, you've got this. Simple as that. I'll see you guys later. Gang business. Woo! Oh yeah, I've got a new microphone and I'm going to use this a lot. Bye.
Pull up to the party with my North Face. Bitches looking gorgeous. Now that she say that she love me, what the fuck this supposed to be?